Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel, a place where we talk about Japanese. Saral Japani presents JLPT N5 Prep Guide, your one-stop shop for all that you need to pass JLPT N5. The playlist of this series is named as JLPT N5 Prep Guide, under which you will find all the videos posted so far under this series. Today is the ninth video of this series, and the topic for today is Step 1, Getting Started, Mastering the Kanas. That means we will start preparing for JLPT N5 from today's video onwards. So before we do that, what did we do in the previous 8 videos? If you are watching this playlist today for the first time, then you might be wondering that although we are at video 8, why we are talking about getting started. Then what did we do in the previous 8 videos? So here is what we did in the last 8 videos of this playlist. The first video was test introduction, in which we discussed about what is JLPT, what are its objectives, the benefits and advantages of JLPT, the levels of JLPT, the competence requirements, the tentative dates of JLPT exam every year, and the test structure of this test. In the second video of this series, we discussed about the N5 syllabus that mainly dealt with the composition of the test items. Then the third video was about preparing a strategy for vocabulary. The fourth one was strategy for grammar. The fifth video was on the strategy for reading comprehension. And the sixth video was the strategy for listening. The seventh video recommended books for JLPT, where we see a lot of books which are mostly favored while preparing for JLPT. And in the last video, we discussed about the 6-stage learning roadmap which one should follow to get prepared for JLPT N5. So if you missed any of these videos, I would strongly recommend you to go through these videos so that you develop a very high level understanding of JLPT test before even starting to prepare for it. So that will give you a very good kickstart to the preparation. And links to all these 8 videos for your convenience, I am pasting them in the description section of this video so that you can easily refer to them if you are unable to find them in the channel. But you must visit the playlist as I mentioned in the last slide, JLPT N5 Prep Guide, where you will find all the lessons and all the future videos as well. So this was the 6-stage learning pathway which we discussed in the last video, that is video 8 of this series, and we will see this slide again and again because we will be marking them whichever we finish so that we know what all we have covered, what all we have completed, and what are left. So we will get started from here. So getting started for N5 preparation. So this is the topic for today. Although the JLPT syllabus categorizes into vocabulary, grammar, reading and listening sections, when it comes to learn and prepare for the test, one needs to learn holistically, that is as a whole. What does that mean? It means vocabulary, grammar, kanji, then reading, listening, all these cannot be done in isolation to one another. That means all should go together in the learning process. That means you need not worry about whether you are learning vocabulary or grammar or kanji or so on. You just have to learn the language. So vocabulary, grammar, these are all interrelated. There cannot be grammar without vocabulary, right? There cannot be Japanese without kanji. And reading, listening, or writing. So all these are part of the same learning process. So it's the overall learning process which is more important. So begin from the basics and keep walking on the learning pathway. And when it comes to Japanese, the beginning is the 2 kana scripts. So the hiragana and the katakana character systems, these are the basic building blocks of Japanese language. So any learner or any beginner, be it for JLPT N5 or for just learning of the language, must begin learning from here. That is the Kana script. So that's why our first topic for JLPT N5 preparation is mastering the Kanas. Before we proceed further in this video, friends, why don't we try a quick test to test your knowledge about how much you know about hiragana and katakana? So that will give you some direction. So can you recognize these characters? Just look at these characters and try to read them. So friends, were you able to read these characters? Now I will tell you the answers one by one and you can check whether you could recognize them correctly or not. Se, nu, ne, me, re, so, ku, su, no, ke. So friends, if you could recognize all of these characters absolutely correctly, then you can definitely skip this video. So you are already master of hiragana and katakana. But if you could not identify at least one of these characters, then you have to continue and you must continue watching this video so that you can brush up your kanas, your competence of hiragana and katakana, which is the most basic requirement of JLPT N5. Unless you are able to recognize each and every character of these two scripts, you cannot proceed further. So let's continue. So begin from here, brush up your kanas. The playlist. So we already have all the material present in our YouTube channel Saral Japani. Just I will direct you, I will advise you the lessons or the videos which you must watch so that you can learn, you can get prepared for JLPT N5 step by step and systematically. So the first playlist is Japanese lessons for beginners. You have to visit this playlist of this channel and then do all these lessons. The lesson 1, background and introduction. Lesson 2, sounds of Japanese. Lesson 3, introduction to the Japanese scripts. Lesson 4, hiragana characters part 1. Lesson 5, hiragana characters part 2. So links to all these videos are provided in the description section again for your convenience. So you must go through all these lessons. Then lesson 6 is hiragana characters part 3. So in 3 parts, all the characters of hiragana system have been taught. Then lesson 7 contains pronunciation and concepts of intonation, which is very important in Japanese. Although this may not be required in JLPT, but since there is a listening section, unless you know how the Japanese words are or the sentences are pronounced or intonated, you might find some difficulty in understanding what a native speaker is talking about. So some basic concepts, not in detail, but some basic idea of intonation is needed. Then we have lesson 8 where we taught 150 simple Japanese words and we started building our vocabulary. Then lesson 11 and lesson 12 dealt with the katakana characters, and in this way all these 10 lessons, these are the basic, very basic lessons on the Kana system. So again, links to all these videos provided in the description section for your convenience. Do watch all of these lessons and then you can proceed to the next playlist, which is Practice Makes Perfect, in which we did a lot of writing practice of these characters and some basic simple words so that we can memorize these characters of hiragana and katakana better. So these are the first video, hiragana characters writing practice. The second video, katakana characters writing practice. The fourth video, hiragana words practice that is words that begins with A, I, U, E, O. Then the fifth video was hiragana words practice, the words which begin with ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. And the sixth video of hiragana words practice, in which we practiced writing words that began with sa, shi, su, se, so. Once you have done this, you should visit this playlist, test your knowledge. And under this playlist, you will find the first test, which is a quiz of 50 hiragana characters given in random order. And you have to identify or recognize those characters, just like you did in this video in the beginning. Test 2 is a quiz of 50 katakana characters in a similar way. Then test 3 was a real rapid fire round in which we mixed or provided 100 hiragana and katakana characters in jumbled fashion, and you had to recognize them very quickly. Test 4 was a vocabulary test for words beginning with A, I, U, E, O. So these four tests you must perform, and you should score 100 out of 100 in this quiz. Then we have one more playlist called Japanese Extra Shorts, in which there is an interesting video which talks about why katakana is difficult than hiragana. Why is it difficult to remember katakana characters than hiragana characters? So do watch that video. It's very interesting. And you will be surprised to know what's the reason. So again, links to all these videos are provided in the description section of this video for your easy reference. So friends, what is the exit criteria then of today's video? So the exit criteria will be the outcome of this first step, that is get started, is mastering of all hiragana and katakana characters. What does that mean? The student must be able to identify all and any hiragana or katakana characters instantly without making any mistakes. So if I ask you randomly one character of katakana or hiragana, you must be able to tell what is that character without any mistake. So if you are at this competence level, then you are already at the next step. You are ready for the next step. So the student should start building vocabulary as suggested in this video. And in case you don't feel comfortable with above criteria, then it means you have to go back to the suggested playlists and you have to revisit the relevant videos again. So you can do it. This is not difficult. This is just like learning any language. So alphabets are the basic building blocks of a language. So there is no way you can part with this. So at the end of this lesson, if you go through the videos as suggested, then the blocks that we have marked as green are complete. Language overview, sounds and syllables. Hiragana and katakana are still in progress. I have marked it in yellow because we have not yet seen the katakana word formation and how foreign words are translated into Japanese using katakana script. So that we will do in the next lesson, in the next video of this series. So that's why it is marked as yellow. And vocabulary of 100 words. This we have recommended you one lesson. So if you go through that, then this will be covered. So we will revisit this table in every video, and whichever we complete, we will mark this as either yellow or green as per the case. So friends, that's it for today. The N5 preparation will continue in the next video of this series as well. I hope the guidance that we are providing you under this series will help you, and the material have already been prepared and posted in different playlists. In this particular playlist of N5 preparation, we will only guide you, or we will only refer you to those videos so that you get a direction of what to study and from where to study. So that's all for now. We will see you again in the next video of this playlist. Till then, goodbye.